sponsored by Orbis. Competitors will have a maximum of 20 minutes to present. Immediately following the presentation, coaches will have a total of 5 minutes maximum to ask the presenters questions. The volunteer timekeeper will show time cards at various intervals to indicate the remaining time and will stop any speaker who exceeds the maximum time limit. No questions, comments, cell phones, or picture taking, except for the individual who has a media pass, will be permitted from the audience at any time. The audience will only be permitted to applaud following the question and answer period. The audience is banned from any material that bears the name or symbol of a competing university. We ask that the audience and the delegates exit the room immediately following the question and answer period. Competitors, the timekeeper will let you know when you can begin the presentation. Now with that, I'm going to start the recording.
Whenever you're ready.
Having a unique software interface aligned with a strong ownership of a privately owned company that allows for freedom with work with your employees. Having those two itself allows for a process and a prosperous company. But when you align that with prestigious accountability, those three, without a doubt, are the formula for a sustainable company that allows for long-term results. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your patience and time. My name is JDC. These are my colleagues Anshin Bushista and Yuta Shima, and we comprise of Future Tech Consultants. So I'd like to start off by paving a pathway to success. On this pathway to success, you're going to find little boulders and little rocks that will hinder you and obstruct you from moving forward. Some of these rocks include a competitive industry. Then you will notice that as soon as you walk further and further down, you'll have some technical challenges in your company. But as soon as you get past that, you'll notice there's even a bigger issue. That bigger issue is a lack of business integration, which is a strategic problem right now. But we believe by building a new software, by new customer relationship management software, calling it the CMS 2.0, you'll be able to get rid of that big boulder that's in your way, which is a strategic issue. And as soon as you get rid of that issue, you'll notice that the other issues slowly disappear, and it becomes easier for your company to move forward. Some issues that we have realized and noticed in what's going on right now is which is the best option for your customer relationship management software. Are you going to build, rebuild, or buy? And with that, we recommend building a new system that allows for more features that accept the functionality of your company. And the outcome with this is you'll meet the requirements of your institutional clients group and your other business units, such as your reporting team, and it will create a long-term competitive advantage and will help you comprise the long-term results that your company comprises of. So some decisions to make are you going to build a new CRM software? And if so, how are you going to do that? What functionalities do you need to meet, and what processes are do you have to define to ensure that your customers and your employees are happy with what's going on? Or are you going to modify your existing CRM system? And if so, what little things do you need to add to that to make sure that you can proceed further into your industry? Or are you going to adopt a new system from Microsoft Dynamics? And if so, do those requirements meet, or do the functionalities of that system meet the requirements of your company? So the hidden issue here is that if so, whichever option you choose to go with, you need a CRM contractor, and with that, it needs to navigate decision making and overcome technical challenges to fully meet the requirements. So some marketing trend changes that we've noticed are that a lot of companies are going towards managing assets in-house. And with that, there's index funds and index tracking investments. And also, there's there's change going on, and you need to align the systems with your fund rules. So So the key takeaway is that an in-house software development will meet the requirements and will help you proceed further. So currently with Orbis, the culture is focusing on long-term results with a private ownership structure. And with that, it allows your company to work with freedom, and you have 350 workers and 45 analysts across 10 offices, and you have $38 billion in assets. Your current system is your client management system that currently needs to be developed or enhanced to ensure that you will continue with your competitive advantage. So focusing on a long-term competitive advantage with a unique in-house system, with the CMS 2.0, or any CMS, will enhance and further your company and achieve a prosperous and sustainable future. So the system requirements that you currently need right now is an MS Outlook connection, which is with your email systems. And your current CMS system is kind of lacking that right now. You also need the ability to alert issues with current issues, what's going on with your employees, and different changes in the market. There's a mobile utility, so if it can be a software that is able to be used on mobile platforms such as an Android phone, a Samsung, or an Apple phone, and a strong user interface that is easy to adjust to and easy to use, with the ability to update large documents and modify those.
So, going back to the path to success, regardless of which system option you take, we strongly believe that the key of the success is that you'll have the clear guideline, and the help to align your system and your business strategy. So we'll come back to that in your recommendation, and now let's talk about system options. So first option is that to build the new CMS system from the scratch. And we see lots of potential in this option. As listed in here, we have lots of improved features, and you have developed the system before, so you have capability of building from the scratch. And if you decide to take this option, we recommend you to take the parallel system conversion, meaning that you will run with the existing system and the new system at the same time in order not to prohibit your day-to-day business operation. And we also recommend you to have a phased implementation system, which means that you start from the Vancouver office. So the pros of this option is that there are several improved features as listed, which meets the requirement of your clients, and also it's a really cost-effective option in the long term, not in the short term, but focusing on the long term. And you could use the elements of your existing CMS to develop the new system, and also we think that it will integrate very well. However, some constraints are that it will be a costly option for the short term. However, as we mentioned, we still think that the long-term benefit will be maximized. And also, you want to make sure that your employees are adapting to this change. So the second option, what if you decide to modify the existing system, as you mentioned as one of the options? So we think that main issue here is that in order to do so, you mentioned that you need to stop the operation for 3 to 4 months in order to do the modification process. And we see that this is a huge constraint, as that could affect your clients and your day-to-day business operation. So this is a large constraint. Some pros are that it is of course cost effective, and you could add the features that you don't have, so it's an easier way. However, we still think that the constraint is huge. And the third option is that what if you adapt the new, what if you adapt the Microsoft Dynamics system? So it means that you will buy the system and you will create the change management plan and you will just totally shift from what you're using to the new system. So the benefit of this is that it is time efficient because you are not developing from the scratch, and it will definitely add the additional functionalities. However, we think that although this system has as itself is a great technology, as we mentioned, we really believe that main constraint is, as we mentioned, the system does not match your internal structure and it does not align with your business structure. So we think that technology, great technology itself, does not solve the problem, and what's important is how we use it. So therefore, we think that this option has a great constraint as well. So based on those arguments, we weighted those three options on the 4 criteria. So the first option, building new system, we think that ICC requirement, your customer, your users, what's your users required is met, and also you have enough capability to implement this option. And however, we understand that in the short term it will be the costly option and it will take time. Therefore, we will mention later in implementation. But that's why we said the phase system and the parallel integration is the best option to mitigate those time and cost effective. The problem of time and cost. And the second option is that to modify your current system, and we think that the only benefit is that it's a low cost option. However, as we mentioned, it causes a huge problem as you need to stop your existing system for 3 to 4 months until your modification process will be done. And the third option, outsourcing, we think that this is the safe option. However, considering all those 4 criteria, we think that the first option to build a new system is the best for your company. So, as I mentioned, we think that what's really important is you want to make sure that your system is aligned with your business strategy. So we recommend you to hire a customer relationship management contractor to guide you and navigate you how to integrate the system and your business strategy. And also, as we mentioned, to build a new customer relationship management system, we recommend parallel system conversion, meaning that we run the current and the new system together, and also to start from the Vancouver to see how it fits, to see how it integrates with your business. So features are listed. New features include enhancing user interface, smooth integration with Microsoft Outlook, alert function, mobile compatibility, and real update of the client's account, which all your users listed as the system requirement.
So now that we've looked into your issues and different alternatives, we'll be getting down into our implementation plan. The first stage is planning phase, where Daniel, Jason, and Ms. Campbell will be setting up new requirements that are critical to the CMS 2.0. With that, they'll also be hiring consultants and developers. This would be done by the HR team, and of course, hiring contractor will cost $150,000, and for developer it will cost $100,000 per developer. Out of these 4 developers, 1 would be working in maintaining the existing CMS system, and 1 employee that's currently maintaining a CMS system who was initially involved in creating CMS would be rotated towards the new upcoming CMS 2.0. next phase is the main project phase. In this phase, developers, contractors would be planning how they want to implement the CMS 2.0. Here, they'll be talking about key requirements, KPIs, and other goals that will be set during these planning phase stages. This would be followed by development. Development would involve adding features such as enhanced user interface, mobile compatibility, and connection to Microsoft Outlook. This whole stage would take, this whole process would take almost $1 million, given that the amount of resources are being put into which is all in-house. Also, this would be followed by testing phase. Given that based on our expertise, we find that we'll be implementing parallel system integration. That means the current system, CMS, would be working as it is, but we'll be developing 2.0, and once we've tested it completely, we'll be shutting down CMS. And this would be done primarily in the Vancouver location to minimize risk. And last, once we have everything in place, we've done our testing, we've done our development, we will be looking into our go live stage. This would be followed by shutting down CMS 2 and also maintenance of CMS 2.0. Maintenance would cost an average of $500,000 going forward January 2020. And the overall cost for this project would be around 1.8 million Canadian dollars. So we did identify a few risks. One primarily being the high cost of hiring a contractor. Contractors are highly specialized people in their subject matter, and they have years of experience, which would ensure quality implementation and also timely implementation. And this would also make sure that we don't have to hire a lot of people and then fire them once the project is done. Second risk that we identified is this inability to meet future requirements from ICG. This is because now that we're developing our system in-house, we can make it as per our requirements, we can customize it, make it more flexible, which will give us the power to adapt according to future requirements that may come later on in the long term. And with this, we feel by implementing our recommendation of creating a new CRM, which is CMS 2.0, you'll see the boulders in your path of success disappearing. You'll see that there's more business integration, the technical challenges are being solved, and eventually this will lead to a huge competitive advantage for your company in the long term. And this would also fall in line with your philosophy of taking risks and doing what's uncommon in order to be an industry leader. Thank you, and we'd like to open the floor for further questions.
Question, what were your key performance indicators?
Thank you for the question. We believe that the key performance indicator would be set by the executive management. Given that your company is an asset management company, would be looking at number of documents that are being uploaded, the frequency they're being uploaded, who uploaded them. It could be about trades, when are the trades being carried on, and so on. I hope that answers the question.
Can you talk a little bit about running the new system and the old system at the same time, and what that means from a user perspective as well as logically how you're going that?
So by using the parallel system conversion, you're going to be implementing, you're still going to be using the CMS one, but with that, half the company in Vancouver would be adapting to the CMS 2 in order to ensure that the functionality of the company is not compromised. So with that, by using both of them at the same time, it'll slowly integrate into the company so that CMS 2 can work to its full potential. And before that is done, there'll be a lot of testing done to ensure that it's done. And then with that, with the phase implementation, once we get the results from the Vancouver office, we're gonna relocate this new system to the other 10 cities.
And how long does that dual process last for?
That dual process lasts about like 6 months to a year, just to ensure that full functionality.
And is there a risk that you see on the back end of the system being able to run reports on two different systems and then try to reconcile those and figure out how this is?
But using the analytics of the old system currently is working, so we know that one's gonna be working properly. But with the new system, using being tested in the alpha labs, we're gonna use the analytics from there to see if they align with the old system and ensure any future prospers.
Question. So one of the drivers, or a few of the drivers of the project is sustainability and scalability of the ecosystem. And by the custom development from scratch, how do you ensure that you're future-proof for integrations with partners, say lead scoring or segmentation tool providers that will help the business in the future in doing better business and segmenting their clientele?
Okay, good question. So we acknowledge that your company's culture is that you are the private-owned company because you want to focus on the long-term goal rather than short-term benefits. So our recommendation is we recommend it based on your culture, and we think that the system that you have developed and you're using currently is a very unique system, and it is very unique because you have developed and not all the companies are using. So we see the benefit of having a competitive advantage in using the system. And so building a new system will further meet your users' requirement. And also, even though it costs a lot in the short term, we still think that it will benefit in the long term. Did I answer the question?
To further add on to my colleague's comment, you created CMS1 out of scratch, and now you have a learning curve. You've looked into all the challenges that you've been facing throughout the development process. With those learnings, now you can do a better job at creating a new CRM tool that actually looks at possible future requirements. And you have a really nice and team with high expertise that are there, along with the consultation from contractors that would make the implementation possible.
But how does it do that? Like, we captured current state, current business requirements. We didn't capture future state requirements.
But now that that's why we have a long planning period, because we'll make the system so flexible that if there's something that needs to be added or integrated into the system, we can actually make that possible.
Daniel and Jason don't seem to agree on very much, but you've got both of them working with Istanbul on 5 new requirements. How are you going to, what risks do you see associated with that, and how would you address that?
As a consulting company, we share our expert opinion, and based on our opinion, we found this recommendation to be the best fit for your company. There are possibilities